And right now, it's Monday, of course, and you know on Mondays we have to motivate you. And today, for motivation, we have joining us again for the second time, Damilola Ogunremi. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today? You seem very at home, right? Very relaxed.
Yeah.
Just
I have to do that before you tell me you're going to bite me over.
Amazing. Okay, it's definitely amazing having you back.
Yes,
And now today we're having a very important conversation, right? Building better relationships
On the job.
On the job. Okay, first of all, I ask you, is that necessary?
Hey. Okay, let me
I just say I should ask. Somebody said I should ask.
Okay. Let me tell you, building better relationships is essential for success in the workplace.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Explain.
A workplace with strong relationships will produce more productivity. They'll enjoy more productivity. The place is enjoyable to work. And ultimately, there will be more success in such a place.
Okay,
yeah,
you say so. Now you say relationships.
No.
Some people are thinking of another thing now.
No, I'm going to break it down.
Yes.
I'm going to break it down.
Okay, break it down. What type of relationships are you talking about?
So, wait, okay, just let me say. Okay, let me say it this way. Of course, maybe on the show, one of those days, we'll talk about how to manage romantic relationship on the job as well.
Should we be having a romantic relationship on the job?
That's what it happens. Okay. You know that. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. Yeah. There's a relationship you will have.
Yeah.
But the relationship you have with your team lead will affect the relationship you have.
So we're talking about professional relationships.
Professional relationships, yes.
Okay.
The relationship, there are 4 cardinal relationships you will have on the job. Okay. Or 3 or so. The relationship you have with your direct team lead will affect the relationship you have with the top management. Then the relationship you have with your colleagues also will affect the relationship you have with your team lead. Then the relationship you have with people you don't consider important, the domestic staff. It's essential. Okay. Let me quickly tell you a story.
Okay.
I was a big pharmaceutical companies many years ago. They want to send one of their employees outside the country to represent them. And do you know whom they met rather, to conduct the interview, to find out about this particular employee? It was the domestic staff that called together. And you know what happened? She didn't get that opportunity. Oh, wow. So relationships with everyone on the job is essential for your own success. I mean, not just the success of the whole company, but for your own success as well. Okay, so
let's start with you gave us 3 cardinal relationships, right? Yes. Let's start from your supervisor, management, and so how do you cultivate this?
Let me just say, generally, business etiquette suggests that you greet everyone on job. Hi, good morning. You don't say, oh, because we don't work in the same department, I don't greet you when I see you. Hi, good morning, then you smile. Beyond that, you need positive attitude on the job. Okay. And that includes supporting others, which involves your direct team lead, being trustworthy, being reliable, being friendly. Some people think that this friendliness is just about saying, hi, good morning, and it ends there. No. Okay. Friendliness on the job involves being teachable, being approachable. Some people keep a very tough and haggard demeanor. You can approach them. In fact, when they greet you, you're afraid to answer. You don't know what's in their mind. So it's funny, but it's actually happening.
Yeah, it's a thing. It happens.
I visited a friend one day, and he wanted to call a colleague of his. He actually has an assignment for her, and he was afraid. I'm like, what's the problem? He said, you see, this woman got to my company she's been there for 40 years, and she has never left her position. He said that he met her in that company. What's the problem? The problem is that she's not approachable. She's not friendly. In fact, the reason why she's still in that establishment is because the CEO is all these soft-hearted people. I said, why? He said, oh, the man, she has problems. She's the one taking responsibility for her family, sending her children to school. That's the reason why she's on the job.
Okay, so I have this question for you, right? So now there are several scenarios, right, in different offices, right? Some people, especially in Nigeria, we like social. We like to be sociable. Yes. You understand? And then now I've had this conversation with a number of people. Okay, should we prioritize fostering relationships right, to actually being productive on the job. I'm going to say, this I'm going to accentuate, right? Some people say, okay, fine. There are people that come to work, get their job done, and literally leave. Fine, they're okay with everybody, but they don't necessarily go further to literally find out maybe like the littlest details and all of that. Do you understand? They don't bring personnel to work, right? And there are other people that literally will spend time going to visit your boss, sitting in the office, gisting about, do you understand? And then, so certain bosses like it several ways. So which would you advise?
See, one is dangerous and the other is professional. But you need to use your discretion. See, you don't confuse professional relationship with personal relationship on the job. Like you said, spilling personal details. In fact, as a professional, you should keep that out of your office relationship. And there have been scenarios where you tell a colleague something about you, or even the top management or a CEO or your team lead, and they go back to spill it. And before you know it, you lose your job. So you need to be mindful. The thing is that even if you take your relationship on the job beyond that professional cadre, you need to use your discretion.
Discretion to know
the person. Who is this person? You know, I spoke about trust earlier on. You need to be trustworthy. You need trust to, trust is key foundation in building any relationship. You must deliver on your promise. You must be committed to what you say you will do on the job, to your colleagues, you understand me? And when they tell you some certain sensitive things, you don't spill it. Communication is another thing that you must have. Communication is not just speaking eloquently. No. You need to have, your communication must be clean. Like you keep gossip out of it.
So what you're basically trying to say, if I can get you correctly, is that even despite the fact that you're trying to foster a positive relationship at work, it still should not be personal.
No.
Right? So now let's branch into the relationship between colleagues.
So, and sometimes it could, but be careful.
Be careful.
Until you know, see, I used to say something. Give people based on what they invest in your bank of trust. Don't just plunge into a person and you lose yourself. The word is losing yourself. You befriend a colleague on the job and then you just lose yourself. You tell them everything. The one they ask and the one they not asking. Yes. Yeah. So you need to be careful, even when you want to branch out of professional relationship on the job.
Yeah, because I was actually going to ask this question now. Friendships and...
Because it happens on the job.
Yeah, it actually happens because some people can draw the line. Say, okay, fine, I'm working with you, you're my colleague.
Yes.
Some people say, okay, fine, since we interact and see. So a lot of people have this notion, okay, fine, you spend more time at work than you spend at home.
Yes.
So it will be more reasonable to form friendships at the office. Now, what do you have to say about that as well?
As I've said, you need to be careful. Give to people based on the trust they invest in your bank of trust. Don't just, engage with people in terms of relationship and you lose yourself immediately. You know, that sometimes you even have people tell you personal things about them just to get things from you. Who is this your friend? Who is this your colleague? That's a friend on the job. You need to get to know them first, build trust. Once trust is established, then you can build, you can rely on them. And that's why I say some of the keys to, excuse me, please.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Some of the keys to building a strong relationship on the job, being trustworthy, respect. You know, if you respect me, I won't tell you things and you spill it. When you promise to do something for me, as in, okay, I spoke last week about working together. When you promise, you would deliver, you help me to deliver on so project, you would do it for me without disappointing me. So all these things are very important to build. So basically, to build strong relationship on the job, trust, have solid communication, be supportive, be respectful. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't leave anyone out, whether your direct colleague, people in other departments, the domestic staff.
Very important.
Very important. Because you don't know what we actually... when they will come handy to promote you on the job.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll continue conversations next week. Thank you so much for being here. We have to go on a quick break right now, and when we come back, still so much happening right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.